Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to part 41 of the GTO Trainer. So first hand here, we open in the low jack with Ace King suited, folds around to the small blind to 3 bets. This is going to be a very standard. Oh, I think this actually is an all in, I think. From GTO standard, I think this is an all in. My personal opinion is just a standard 3 bet. Because I wouldn't assume that anything worse than Ace King would realistically call an all in. So I'm gonna go here with a 3 bet. Oh, it is okay. I don't know where I was thinking of the all in. So they go all in and then we call. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking in terms of that, but I could have sworn there was a hand, or maybe it's Ace King off that you just go all in. Yep, Ace King off, you go all in. That's the one. Ace King off, you go all in. Kings, you go all in. But then Ace King suited and Aces, you just do a 3 bet. Moving on to the next hand. When under the gun +2, King 4, easy fold. Cutoff opens when the small blind with 7 deuce off, easy fold. Also, I did recently just upgrade to the subscription model, so now we get unlimited hands, so we're no longer capped at 10 hands a day. So I've changed it so that we can also be first in, or put in situations where we're the first act, or we can add some pre-flop raising and folding charts as well into here, rather than just kind of going up against 3 bets, 4 bets, 5 bets, or almost reacting to other players. So we add those in, a little bit more variety. Next hand here, we open under the gun +1, button 3 bets. So button's going to be 3 betting pretty tight here, up against a very strong under the gun range. No need to 4 bet, that's going to be isolating too strong of a range from the button here. They can be 3 betting a little bit wider than other positions, for example, because they have absolute position. But we will move forward with a call here. No need to fold just yet. Implied odds up against a lot of their hands here is very, very strong, and we could end up winning a big pot should we have hit. So flop comes 7-7-6, 2 spades. We got an overpair that could want some protection up against a lot of their ace highs, like ace king, ace queen, ace jack, king queen. They could have a flush draw potentially, but I would prefer just to check to kind of see where we're at. They go just under pot, about 75% pot. We do have an overpair, we do have some backdoors as well. We do have both a spade and a heart as well, which gives us an advantage. So we'll move forward with a call here. No need to fold just yet. Stack to pot ratio at about 2 at the moment. So they would be doing about half pot with all of their ace highs. Kind of just C betting, continuation betting with pretty much their entire range. Very dry static board, dry static paired board. There is some backdoor straight opportunities, but aside from that, not much else. So no real need for them just to be betting. Wouldn't be to be scared. So very, very high C betting range, with just a lot of their range. Once again, no need to really go for any thin value, way too thin. So we're just going to check, hope for a check back. We do get the check back from the button. No need to try to bet here. Nothing worse is going to be calling. We're not going to get called by 5s, 4s. We're not going to get called by ace highs. Maybe ace king potentially. Or like ace king without any spades, for example, hoping that we had like a missed spade draw. That we could have been calling on the flop with. Once again, way too thin to go for value in my opinion. So we check, we get the check back. So they're saying, I'm guessing we go for a very, very tiny bet. I wouldn't understand what that tiny bet is trying to achieve. Are we trying to go for really, really thin value against ace highs? Are we trying to go for really thin value versus king highs? Because we're not going to get called by, like, for example, pocket 5s aren't here, pocket 4s aren't here, and those are pretty much all we're beating. Like a 6 we could be beating as well. But what 6s are in their 3 bet range? Maybe a6 suited, that's about it. So don't really see anything that would have been calling us worse for value. I think that's just throwing away 4 big blinds, or at the very least opening us up to just getting bluffed off by ace highs, king highs, which would much rather, you know, give them a little bit of rope, hope that they kind of bluff, and then we kind of bluff catch a lot of those ace high hands. But that's pretty much all we're beating there, and I don't think they're going to just be calling those 4 bigs at any frequency. And if we're already beating them and we already think they're going to check back, I reckon we're better off checking, just getting that check back, for example. Next hand, some offsuit king, easy fold. No need to really break that down. Got some offsuit garbage. Once again, easy fold. Once again, offsuit garbage. Nice, easy fold. Next hand here, we open the low jack with ace 10 of hearts. Button 3 bets, folds back around to us. Definitely not going to be a 4-bet, going to be isolating too much of a strong range that we're not playing well up against. We're going to be outkicked in a lot of situations, should we 4-bet. We do have a little playability given that we are suited, so I will move forward with a call. Flop comes ace, queen, 3, 1 heart. We do have top pair, but no real draws, so I'm very happy with just a check here, kind of see what the what the button wants to be doing here. They go with about a 1/5 bet. We'd raise a 3-bet here on the flop, would pretty much only really isolate their ace X, so we want to keep their range nice and wide, keeping a lot of their bluffs. You know, like some king jack, for example, that we're blocking their straight draw with 110 here. Some worse aces, for example, some queens, some strong queens, like king queen, queen jack. So we're just going to move forward with a call here. Second queen rolls off, which is concerning because now we're losing to a queen. So there's a lot less in their value range that we are... Like, they can't really be betting worse for value now. Because the only one they had there was a queen, maybe some worse ace X, like some worse suited aces. That would be c-betting at a decently high frequency, almost just range betting there. So once again, I reckon this is just a nice, easy check. We're not going to get called by worse. They go about half pot. Definitely not... could we get away from it? Maybe. You know, like they could easily have, you know, ace king, ace queen, ace jack. We are losing to all those. We are still beating some other hands, like for example, ace 3 has now been counterfeited. So if they had ace 3 suited, we're still beating, you know, like some low suited aces. So I reckon we get them to fire just one more bullet. And if they fire that last bullet, then we're going to fold. Stack to pot ratio just under 2. 5 of hearts rolls off, inconsequential, doesn't change anything. Still losing to a queen X, still losing to better ace X. We're not going to get called by worse for value, so I reckon this is just going to be a check, hope for a check back. And when they bet pretty much just under pot, I reckon we can easily fold here. So yeah, king queen, very happy with the play. So they're saying we should be 4-betting. I reckon that's just a little bit... Maybe it's because it's versus the button and we're in middle position that we can be 4-betting a little bit wider. If we have a look up here... So yeah, for some reason we go all in to face king off. Guess we just don't want to be playing that. But yeah, so with a lot of our suited aces, we are raising at a little bit of a frequency. I'm doing that with ace 10 and ace jack. About just over 50% for both of them. And then obviously with our ace king suited and aces. Even with our king queen suited as well. King jack suited as well and king 10 suited as well. So I'm guessing just to kind of balance out a range, and given that they're going to be a little bit wider, as you can see on the right hand side, the button's going to be a little bit wider because they have absolute position with their 3-betting range, even if it's up against still a very tight, strong middle position open. So yeah, pretty happy with all the play there. Yeah, good call. Yeah, no need to really 3-bet there. Going to be isolating too much of a strong range. Queen might even be folding at some frequency, which we want to be keeping that in. And then once again, nice easy call. No real need to raise here. Can't be folding top pair because, yes, it's not top of range, but we definitely want to see them fire that third bullet, or else we're kind of folding a lot. And once again, nothing worse for value is going to be calling. So check, hope for a check back. We don't get that check back, and there's a very easy fold. I don't reckon it can ever really be a call. I don't think they're taking that line with anything that we're beating. You know, they're not taking that line with pocket kings. They're not taking that line with pocket jacks, pocket tens. They're pretty much only taking that line for queen or some better ace-x, in my opinion. Maybe that's a little bit too much a nit from me, but I reckon, especially in live poker, maybe a little bit online, they might, or like a higher skill player might mix in some bluffs here with kings, turn that into a bluff, kind of determining that we don't really have top of range ace-x here, given how we played, and they're just kind of ranging us as we have kind of played pretty face up, and they're just ranging us on some middling or low ace-x that they can get to fold on the river. So that could be potentially a reason, and I can see why that with that thought process we could be calling here a decent bit of the time, just to kind of keep them honest. Next hand here, cutoff opens when the small blind with 7-5 of clubs, nice easy fold. If we're on the button, I reckon this would be a nice easy defend. No, correction, big blind, this would be a nice easy defend. Cut off with Jack 10 offsuit, nice easy. What? Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. We're opening. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Should be opening a little bit wider there. Got to get back into that routine. Very used to only playing verse, like reacting to other people. So yeah, like in this situation, for example, like under the gun opens, we got some offsuit garbage. Easy fold. Same situation. Ooh, no. On the big blind, that'll be defend. Yeah, I'm not surprised that it's a call at a decent bit of a frequency. Does play really well up against that under the gun range. A lot of post flop playability, and we do have absolute position, so I can definitely hear a call there at some frequency. Button open, so widest open, so we can be defending from the blinds wider in response. However, given the big blind behind, we don't really want to incentivize them to come into this pot, so we're going to be folding here. If we were suited, I reckon we're going to 3-bet that, but just not good enough to limp in there, given that the big blind will most likely come in behind. Low jack opens when the small blind with some offsuit garbage, nice easy snap fold. Next hand here, we open on the button with king 7 of hearts, small blind 3-bets. We do have position on them. However, king 7 of hearts just not a lot of post flop playability. Could be outkicked in a lot of situations. Just a weak hand that could get us into more trouble than it's worth. So I reckon this is an easy fold. However, I'm assuming, yeah, we are calling decently wide, as you can see. And then even going all in with some hands as well. Even that one is even ace queen off, for example, and some sixes as well. Is that sixes going all in? So yeah, 9's going all in a little bit. 6's going all in a little bit as well. Let's close that one. Next hand, tight strong under the gun open. We're going to fold ace 3 off. Very easy fold there. Cutoff opens. We've got some offsuit garbage. Nice easy snap fold. Next hand here, we're under the gun +2 with ace 2 offsuit, easy snap fold. Next hand here, under the gun opens, very tight strong open, we're on the button with some offsuit garbage, nice easy snap fold. Hijack opens, we're on the button with 9-5 offsuit, nice easy snap fold. Next hand here, under the gun +2 opens, we've got some suited garbage, nice easy snap fold on the button. Hijack opens, we're on the button with king queen offsuit, definitely not folding. I could definitely hear a 3-bet here, given that we want to get the blinds out and isolate the hijack here. It is middle position open, so not as strong as an early position open. But given that we're on the button and we do have absolute position, we can be 3-betting a little bit wider, so I definitely like a 3-bet here. Both blinds folds, and then we get face with a 4-bet, so nice easy fold here. Just going to be too much of a strong range. As you can see here, we're pretty much only continuing with a lot of calls that are not going to be outkicked. And then raises with pretty much all ins with a lot of things. Or 3-bets, or sorry, 5-bets. All in or 5-bet raise. In a lot of situations with, with top of range hands. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys learned something. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good one. So 24 hands today, 36 moves, 92% GTO score. 32 best moves, 2 correct moves, 1 inaccuracy, and 1 wrong move. The wrong move being not opening that Jack 10 offsuit hand in the cutoff. And then the inaccuracy move, I believe, was not doing that small bet on the river with pocket eights to try to go from assuming thin value or bluff off something, or almost block a bet so they can't just bluff us off. But I don't really understand it at all. So yeah, hope you guys learned something. Take care. Have a good one. As always, play well.